transform your mess into a masterpiece. We welcome you today to get real. We're going to invite you to get real. Can you invite yourself to be brutally honest with yourself, or be lovingly honest with yourself? Let yourself be real. And can we look at areas? Are you open to look at areas of your life where it's messy, where it's chaotic, where you may not feel safe and secure and deeply loved? That it's the opposites of those, and it's unsettling. Yeah, that's what we're going to be help assisting you with today. And the gift's going to be that you get to invite yourself to view it from a new viewpoint than maybe you weren't able to before. Yes. So can you imagine a mess, chaos, or some people may call a mistake? Instead of us holding on to those denser, contracted illusion way of being, like shame, guilt, worry, fear, we are going to invite you to connect back into your heart center, back to your true essence of who you are, your I am presence of who you are, your love of who you are, and view it from a loving standpoint within you, and then be able to use it. The whole gift of chaos or a mess or even mistakes is when you get to learn from it. You get to grow from it. You get to become innovative. So we're going to be really helping you expand your ability to be innovative, creative. Let your creativity window open up. And your ability to connect with your higher self, your source center. That is everything. It's absolutely everything. And that's actually what the biggest gift of it all is. When it's messy, when it's chaotic, or when you are being really critical with yourself, judging yourself, or thinking, man, why did I make that mistake? Or how did I do that wrong? Or, disconnecting from the love of who you are. That the moment you can recognize it is the moment it can change. And that's activating yourself within yourself, courage. Courage is one of the most powerful aspects within you. You get to make a change, and courage helps you do that. It's the energy of saying, hey, I don't like this. This stinks. This sucks. Something has to change. Yes. So then you get to go and connect in with yourself, lift yourself up out of the illusions, out of the messiness, out of the chaos, and begin to see where the order is, begin to see where the gifts are, and to reconnect back to your love. And that's the biggest gift we can give you. We're going to be offering a course at the end of the talk that you can look into if you are ready for it, to help assist you greatly with transforming in this way, because there are beautiful spiritual tools here for you. And the moment that you say yes to yourself with that, woohoo, wonderful things get to happen for you. Yes. All right. So we get to invite you for this. So ask yourself, do you feel like life is messy right now, or difficult, or hard, challenging? And will you welcome yourself? Invite yourself. Just imagine you can stand and begin to see that as sacred creative ground for you. Basically going to turn into divine compost for you. Yay! Yes. Can you imagine that everything is actually here for you? Even the really yucky, crappy stuff. Yeah. Whew, and that is really hard to handle, that's for sure. And even on my own self, of the things I've gone through, I would have probably argued with you about it too, and fought for me and stood up for myself and said, heck no, this sucks and this shouldn't happen. And that's our human parts of us, but that's just us in that energy of anger, or energy of just having to stand up for ourselves. And that's a dense, contracted energy frequency. The gift comes in is to be able to lift yourself up into courage. Courage is the biggest gift you can give yourself, because once you have the courage, then you can rise even higher up into willingness and acceptance and creativity and even reason, and then into your love, joy, and peace. So we are going to be inviting you with that. And it's actually important to actually address those pieces that you are feeling, because you don't want to deny them or ignore them or push them away or tuck them under a rug. I know I was taught all of that. That's what my mom had to do. And because she did do it, she actually taught me what not to do, which I'm so grateful for. And that was all she had to do, because she was in survival land. And I was born in survival land, in a lot of fear energy. And then my gifting of what I chose to do in this lifetime is to resurrect that, to dissolve that, to eliminate it, remove it, say goodbye to it. Yes. And then activate and connect into my love, the love of who I am, and discover who I am, and discover my own self-realization. That's what each one of us are being called to do. to realize and to wake up, to recognize who you are. And guess what? You are divine consciousness here, choosing as your own unique self. Each one of us are. And we're all equals. We're all equal. Divine consciousness is here. Light bodies. Beautiful, divine, love, light beings that chose to be human, which means then we created an identity, like an avatar, created our own, who we think we are, the ego, hedging God out there where we are in our own separate selves. Enough. And this is the journey of being a human. And then in time, we get to begin to love each other, love ourselves and love each other, but love ourselves. That's one of the biggest works we can do for ourselves. And then bringing back all those pieces that we might have rejected and pushed stuff off. Because that's actually probably what the biggest gift is. If you're having something chaotic happening within your life or a mess, and we'll be giving you some steps to do to help yourself. But the gift is the bringing yourself back to your wholeness again will bring back the order and then dissolve that chaos. So you can begin feeling more peaceful, feeling more calm, more aligned, more joyful, more in your love. And really, really how you are feeling is your compass. It's your recognition of how you are doing, how you are vibrating, how are you? Yeah. And then does it feel right? Is this how you would like to feel? That's going to be a big question we want you to ask yourself. And if you're not feeling a certain way, then that all it is a signal. It's just a signal. So that's what being a mess and a chaos is. It's a signal for you. And it's your invitation to rise up and step into your sacred creative ground, your sacred new way of being. And that's what we're all choosing to experience here in this lifetime, is to become in a new way. And we welcome you to that. And really it's your whole essence way. But as a human, it is a brand new way, and it's actually a gift, and it's such a precious time. And so we welcome you. So I too am a human, just like you, and I go through chaotic times too, just like you. Even right now, I'm actually going through a bit of a chaotic season because it is inviting me for a rapid transformational change. I had a shift in my careers just recently that was very surprising. And I let myself feel it. I was sad. I was hurt. I felt sad. I felt surprised. I felt even a bit of, pissed off. We can have that feeling too. And the gift comes in is that you can feel all of that. Let yourself feel everything that's coming in, and then reconnect back, what we say, back to your heart, back to your true essence. And then I ask some key questions, and you can ask yourself key questions. What is this here for me for? What is this happening for me for? And instead of getting stuck down into victim energy where it's happening to me and you feel like you have no control, then you feel powerless and helpless and hopeless. Catch yourself if you end up doing that, because that's just aspects within you that are still vibrating at that level that you get to shift and change. And we're going to be talking about Find Your Sacred Way course at the end. That course, what you learn through the activations here helps you with exactly that. But for now, recognize it, catch it, recognize it. And then, yes, we are going to be offering you some stuff to do with your breath, which is helpful, at least beginning steps to help you with that. But wherever it is chaos in the mass, you get to turn it into sacred ground for you and be very creative with it. Yay! And I was raised in a lot of chaos. I'm one of 12 kids, so there's a lot of chaos even right there. I was raised during the civil rights crisis in Washington, D.C. while they're burning down the streets. So I was imprinted with fear as like a vibration that I was felt fear and then responded in fear. So what I chose that, yes, I did. And I'm grateful that I get to resurrect that and shift back up to my love, up to my peace. And then I can easily detect when fear wants to try and show itself, which then creates the chaos and the mess. Fear is actually the illusion of fear, and us vibrating in fear is what then does create that messy or chaotic things within us. And we get to use it. You get to shift it. You get to rise even higher because of it. So it actually can be a helper for you, as long as you don't stay stuck in it. So that's the biggest gift. So I'm right here alongside you. I love to be a sacred guide for people, just because I am committed 100% with my own personal work all the time, because we all have our stuff. That's for sure. And I also love to lead the way or just show the way of that. You get to get back to your heart, back to your love, back to your true essence, and you'll be amazed how much more of the flow you can begin to live in your life, how much better you'll feel. And then in time you can become healthy and have healthy relationships and healthy finances and healthy living. And that's the biggest gift. I love that. All right, so we are gonna help assist you Just imagine that you can shift a mess into your masterpiece. Woo, that's like a super huge leap. Yes, it is. Because a mess is all a little crunky there. But just imagine, in time, and with your ability to be creative, and like we say, you're going to be taking some inspired action steps. You do have to become and be in a new way. You can literally shift any mess into a masterpiece. And the ability for you to recognize that changes the whole game. Oh, yes, it does. And we invite you for that. So just imagine that you can change any mess into a masterpiece. And you're going to be doing it within you and then bringing it out into your life. Okay, so going within you is the key. By the way, yay! And the key will be connecting to your heart, connected to your source connection. And you can call it whatever is meaningful for you. I know there's many religions and many pathways. We just call it source, divine source, consciousness, energy. It's all oneness and all unconditional love. And you get to connect back into that and be always connected with that all the time to be your biggest guide. And that's one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So what is a mess? Let's throw it out there. What's a mess? And then you come up with it. And it'd be great if you want to journal this too. Journaling is really great. Or getting into a discussion with a group of people that like to get into good discussions. What would they call a mess? You know, what's a mess? What's chaos? Disorder, things like that. And see if you can throw out, hey, it's not a failure. Like let go of any judgments or any energy that has the shame and the guilt or worry and fear in there. Can you let yourself become neutral? And you can use your breath to help you and ground you with that. Become neutral and just become curious. Can you let curiosity help guide you? Of, what is a mess? What is a mess? Yeah, it means things, a lot of times people say things are out of order. Things are yucky. Messy is yucky. You just don't feel good. You're just like, oh, it could be cluttered. It could be, disorganized. Things like that. And if you can view it from a spiritual point of view, you can even just imagine it's just a breakdown of those old patterns, or it's just a recognition of those. So they're all appearing up or out with you so that you can actually reuse that energy again. Let yourself expand again. Let yourself reconfigure. And use it as sacred ground for you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And a lot with a mess is just an ability for you to clear out, right? What no longer serves you anymore. So you can open up space to expand and be in your full essence of your highest expression that you would love to be. So it's just imagine like if you had to clean out your garage, right? Or even clean out a closet or clean out even your house. But let's say a basement that has way too much stuff. Would you agree that it would probably be messy in the beginning? Of course it will be, because especially even if things don't just seem a little cluttered, once you start even clearing out the junk drawer, it's going to get really messy, like, But the gift comes in, then you get to decide, what do I want to recycle? What do I want to keep? What do I want to let go? Those are the big 3 things you can do. And when you can get very clear of what that is and then connect into, hey, how does this have me feel? Do I like this? Do I get excited about this? Yes, I want to use that. Keep it. Or recycle. There's a huge recycling system that happens. And then giving it away. Let it go away. And when you can become non-attached and let things go away, that will actually help you reassess a messy situation and get clear of what you do want. That's one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself. What do you want instead of that mess? Because it's just showing you the opposite. And then connecting in of realizing, can I really make this change? And then this is the big thing. Are you able to bring in those emotions? Where is that fear? Is the fear showing up? I'm afraid of hurting somebody. I'm afraid of making the change. Because you might have been programmed to be people pleasing or overgiving or doing things that you don't ever be abandoned or rejected. These are key things that each of us are working with in ourselves. And it's from our childhood. And it's okay. It's how we are as a human. And you get to use this as sacred ground to shift and clean that stuff up by being true to yourself, by being true to your heart and true with what feels right for you. Because a mess is raw and it's energy that's just waiting for you to reshape it. It's just everything in a bigger picture that you can see is everything is just energy. So if it's a mess and yucky, then you get to step into your courage. You get to step into your creativity, into your heart center to say, how would I like it to be instead of that? And what would I love to have that can help me feel, what is it, how you'd like to feel? Feel safer, feel secure, feel loved, feel abundant, feel joyful. Find out what it is you would love to feel. That's also what this is here for you for. If you're okay to close your eyes, connect into your heart now. taking a few cleansing breaths, and ask yourself, where in my life does it feel messy right now? And let it come up. Could be in your relationships, could be in finances, could be in your purpose or your career. Find out where it is. Where is it messy? Where is it just doesn't feel right? And then ask yourself this question: is there a deeper invitation that this is actually here for me for? Find out in your heart, what do I need? What do I want instead of that? What is this bringing up for me? And thank it for showing up. You can write it down, bring it up, because once you have that, now you get to turn it into the sacred ground of shifting what it will take within you so that you can have the courage and the willingness to make the changes that you're ready for, to have the order again, or have yourself feel better again, have things look pretty and beautiful again instead of messy and chaotic. Yay! All right, good. So what is the sacred role of chaos? Chaos can have a sacred role? How about that? Isn't that interesting? Well, just imagine that chaos is actually a natural part of transformation. Many will call it the shadow part. The shadow part of us is just the part that is our human aspect that believes it's disconnected from divinity, from one source. So a lot of times we do feel like we're all by ourselves. We might feel lonely. We might feel like we're fear of a rejection or abandonment or betrayal. And it's a lot of times in fear energy. And that's just the energy of the third dimension here that we get to transmute. And that's who we are. We are alchemists and transmuters of energy. So you can shift it back into your love. So let it be like a bridge or a pathway for you for your transformational change. So you can even thank it for showing up. Say, thank you, chaos, for showing up. And it may even appear like a forest fire. Like a forest fire is sad, right? Because I know for me, I feel sad because I love trees so much. But it's forest fire, boom, desecrates a whole forest, and it will spark new growth. So any chaos or any mess can spark new growth within you. That's the gift, and it's the growth of innovation. Oh, and we will be diving in innovation pretty soon here. So if you can imagine any spiritual or archetypes of chaos or ashes or yucky stuff that rises above it, like the phoenix. The phoenix rises above the ashes, or the lotus flower opens up so gorgeous and beautiful, even in the marshes. Any rebirthing cycles, any hero journeys. Anyone in you probably are in a process of a hero journey. I am too. That we're embodied with a lot of fear or worry or doubt or confusion or even anger, shame and guilt, all of that. And they're just energies. It's not who we really are. You are actually pure love that chose to experience these contracted, disconnected, illusioned energies here in the third dimension as a human. And especially this lifetime, we are saying we are done with that. I'm done. I know I sure am. I'm saying that, and I invite that for you. I am done with that old way of being. I choose to become and be my whole higher self here as a human, my divine self, my pure love and light. And we invite this for you too, because it's way better, by the way. That's for sure. So there's two ways we can respond to chaos. You can respond from fear, or you can respond from love. Okay, it's the easiest way to describe this. So chaos is here. Disconnection, organization, feels yucky, scared. Yeah, the fear comes in. You're scared. Like for me, I'm not teaching a course that I used to teach. And it was pretty surprising that happened. So yeah, fear did come in. And it's the human construct within me, because I have had fear, was raised with fears of, you got to make sure you can take care of yourself and have enough and, do well and get out there and work hard. We got all those, right? So I was able to address that. And then instead of the fear, turn and move and connect into the love of my heart, the love of me, the love of divinity. And the big piece with this is open up to receive. And that's what I did. I started receiving information from my divine self, from God's source, from Council of Light, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael. You can connect with our spiritual support teams. You have all the support. Open up to it, to receive it. And even closest friends that are awesome too. And start shifting how can I turn this into sacred ground? How can I turn it to bring it back into order? What can I do? And a bunch of creativity came in. And that's what you'll be able to do for yourself. What can you do, or how can you become, so that this can move smoothly? And even for me, just breathing and feel grounded and trusting and knowing that, yes, I will move through this time even better than by not having it. It is instigating within me to rise higher within myself, to trust, to receive, And then to go, create, produce, and offer all kinds of beautiful stuff. So you can do this too. Yes, you can. Shifting from fear to love is one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself when you see things or feel things are chaotic and messy. Connect back to your love and recognize the fear and then dissolve that fear. And with Find Your Sacred Way course, it teaches you these activations to help you do this in a very, very effective way. So we invite you to learn that when you're ready. Okay. So what does fear do? Fear contracts. It clings. It resists. Fear is the illusion of love. It's a disconnection of our true essence. So the opposite with love is to expand, to surrender, to open, to allow, to receive, to create. How beautiful is that? Yes, 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 yes. And you'll be giving and receiving is a whole blend. That's for sure. All of us were taught to give so much. At least that's what I was taught, and I'm sure you were too, to be overgivers or people pleasing or always thinking of others. We're having things come back into balance again, where you get to put yourself first, make sure it feels right for you, and then go begin to do and be. And then a lot of that chaos and mess will start to calm down, and you'll be connected back to your love, back to your peace, and allow more flowing, positive experience happening in your life. That's for sure. Okay, so chaos is not punishment. It's just a preparation for your new creation, for your new way of being. It's just a signal. It's an invitation for your new way of being. So let it become that now. So then you can be like, oh, okay, chaos, thanks for showing up, because now I get to be innovative. Ooh, yes, it gets to ignite your innovation. Yes, it does. That is the purpose of why it's there. Oh my goodness. Because what it'll do is it'll sharpen your creativity, sharpen your level of awareness. You'll become way more aware and sensing things, and then you are going to move into solving it, to rising above it. And you have to raise your level of vibration, your level of consciousness, in order to have a new solution. Don't stay stuck in the same old one, because if you're still in the victim energy, or oh, this is wrong, or staying angry, or staying fearful or mad, you're going to keep looping into that same thing, right? And we'll guide you through of what you can do so that you can connect up into your higher level ways of being that get to guide you through this. Your heart center alignment is the key, by the way. Yes, it is. And you can ask some key questions. So closing your eyes, connecting into your heart, letting the fears come up. Feel the fears for a few minutes. And then shifting into, okay, what is this here for me for? And how would I rather feel? How would I rather have things happen? And start creating your new timeline, your new way of being. And literally there's infinite timelines. So you're going to be able to magnetize your new way. What would you love to be having or feeling instead of that? Let your focus become that, because wherever you put your energy, that's what you're going to keep experiencing. So put your energy on the new creations that you're going to create now. And you're going to be amazed how much the chaos and the mess is going to start to clean up. And you can see this messiness is just the divine compost that you get to re-switch and rechange energy for you. Just like it breaks down into fertile, delicious, growing soil for you. Okay. And we so love that for you. Okay. So you're okay to close your eyes, connect in your heart, and ask yourself this question. If this mess is my raw material, what masterpiece wants to emerge from this? Ooh. What is the gift here? What is this masterpiece within you that wants to show itself? And let it come up. You might hear a word, you might see a vision, might come up with a new idea. Use this. This is for you. Your more divine, higher, loving being is the one that's guiding you through this. Connect with this part of you and let it come up. So I have a client of mine, we can call her Lynn, that she went through a really horrific mess while raising her kids. Her previous husband was very abusive with her. It was very scary. Whew, she almost died a couple times. Pretty nuts. And with that mess and that chaos and that difficulty, she rose, and she's risen so beautifully through it. I was able to help assist her with some private sessions and some of the courses that I offer for her. That helped her massively, because she clicked into her power within her, her masterpiece within her, and rose above. So he got deported, he went to jail and got deported, and now she's living from her heart, from her true essence, and living a divine life. And stuff still happens. She still feels stuff, she still has fears, but she gets to use the tools that she has to help her move through that, help her clear that, and to shine her light. And she's helping so many people now, and what a gift. And you can do this too. Absolutely. Okay, so what are some practical tools that you can use to help yourself when you're in the state of a chaos or messiness, the first one we recommend is to pause and breathe. So when you feel, even if it's the anxiousness or nervousness or fears, stop, pause, breathe in your nose. And you can do out your nose or in your nose, out your mouth. In your nose, hold it at the top, and then fully release out. If you breathe out twice as long as you breathe in, you will calm your nervous system down, back to parasympathetic, back to a calmer, more aligned state. And that gets you to disconnect from that fear reaction. You get to disconnect from it and connect back into your heart. The next one is connect to your heart. You put your hands on your heart. Just say, I'm connecting into my heart. And you can ask, what is this deeper truth here for me for? What is this here for me for? What's the deeper truth? Or how can I change this? How can I turn this for good? And then begin to receive your connection with God source, divine source, divinity source, consciousness, love. Some people can pray, can meditate, go in stillness, be in nature, quiet the busy mind, and connect into the heart, connect into your body, and feel. And just receive. You can imagine being wrapped in great love, held in great love, golden light love energy coming through you. All these are super beautiful for you to fill yourself up. And trust, choose to trust that you are so supported and guided to move and change this mess and chaos back to your masterpiece, to your new way of being, where things are in order and feel good and look beautiful and is even better than it was before. And then the fourth step is have your creative action, your inspired action to take. Like asking yourself, how can I be in a new way? What can I do in a new way? Change something. The change is the key. Because if you keep doing the same old stuff, expecting different results, it's called insanity. No, instead, all right, how can I be in a new way? What's something little, something you can actually do or be in a new way? Like even just that, pausing more, catching it, catching how you feel, breathing it, letting it recycle to Mother Gaia, and beginning to say, and you can speak the words like, I choose love now. I choose to radiate myself in the highest, most divine way. And you get to. All right, so let's just recap here. Can you just imagine that a mess or chaos is just a clearing? It's just an indicator for you to clear some things out, let some things go, end some things or complete some things, so you can rise even higher through it and begin to be in a new way that is more connected with your love. And that's the gift of what it's here for you for. And you do this through innovation, through creative ideas, through new, little, simple, inspired ways of being. And you get to be able to be in a new way. And we so welcome you for this. So close your eyes, and we'll send you a blessing here now. May you see your chaos as sacred. May your mess inspire your masterpiece into your sacred way. May you trust the infinite love within you to shape it all into such beauty and the beauty of you. So we do welcome you to consider looking at the course, Find Your Sacred Way. Check the links below. I plan to launch at the end of October, hopefully October 29th, a self-paced course that you get to use all on your own. It's all recorded. It's all there for you with the PDFs, the information, the videos, your ability to use the activations there that were given to us through our spirit team. So you get to shift and change any kind of chaos into back to your masterpiece of your love again. And we so welcome you to it. And we'll just guide you through a gentle little guided meditation before we go. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Nice breath in your nose and gently blowing out your mouth. 2 more times, one in your nose and gently blowing. And a 3rd deep breath in your nose. And now we invite you to connect into your heart and in your body. And then ask yourself, where is it a bit messy or a bit chaotic going on? Where do I feel unsettled? Or I don't feel safe and secure? Connect into that. Thank it for showing up. Let yourself feel whatever you're feeling. Is it worry? Is it fear? And breathe. Breathing in your nose and out your mouth. And after you felt it, now ask, okay, what is the deeper truth here? What is this here for me for? How do I want things to be instead of that? Begin to create this new way for you. You get to see it, feel it, hear it. Just imagine it. What would you love to have instead of this experience? Welcome it in, receive it, and say, I receive this new way now, my new sacred way. I trust my sacred way activates within me. I use my innovation to create a new way for me that's even better than before the mess. Thank yourself for having the courage and the willingness, knowing you can do this, and begin to be in your new way. We invite you back to to the present. And come back to the room, open your eyes, wiggling your toes and knees. We welcome you back. Yes, you get to do even these journeying activities for yourself to help bring you back, and then start beginning to be in a new way. And you'll be amazed how quickly that mess and chaos is going to turn back into your beautiful masterpiece of your love. Have a beautiful day. Aho.